True Slant. This is my kitty cat May.
The Supreme Court, where individual rights are supposed to be protected, think it's fine if government invades our financial privacy, spies on us in our bedrooms, regulates church schools, and restricts our free speech. Meanwhile, at the Congress, everything is up for grabs. Everything is up for grabs, as long as it's yours.
Welcome to On Second Thought. I am Brianna Moore, co-hosting today. Thank you for joining us where William J. Wagener gives you reason to have second thoughts. And now for the host and producer of On Second Thought, the good guy in the white hat, William J. Wagener.
Well, thank you. Brianna Moore, future Miss America 2007. I am William Wagener, the guy in the white hat with a new white hat, taking it off you. Thank you for letting us join you in your living room today. Got a couple of different issues. We're going to talk about Joe Bannister, and I'm going to show you Joe Bannister, an ex-IRS gun-toting enforcer for the IRS. You know, one of those tall, skinny, very formal, federal-like, business-looking type people. Well, as we speak today, June 23rd, 2005, Mr. Bannister is on trial, and guess who's putting him on trial? His former employee. And you're wondering, why would the IRS put one of their own former gun-toting agents on trial, or former employee on trial? We're going to get to that. But first, the continuing saga of the Michael Joe Jackson trial. Just when you thought it was all over, it's not. At least it's not over for Diane Dimond and B.J. Hickman. Mr. Hickman today appeared in the courtroom of Commissioner Colleen Stern. You'll remember Colleen Stern. I had her on my show here when she was running for a judgeship, which she just narrowly lost and then was appointed as a commissioner. Well, today, the good old boys, that's Judge Rodney S. Melville and those judicial good old boys, managed to take a hearing, a restraining order, and counter motions by Mr. Hickman, represented by his attorney, Gerald Camacho, and they tried to sweep it under the rug and just bury it. You remember B.J. Hickman, he was that loud, booming voice you heard yelling, "Innocent! Innocent!" during the Michael Jackson trial, until about in the last week or so, Diane Dimond, fragile lady that she is, couldn't take the freedom of speech. So Diane Dimond, allegedly a legitimate press person who knew Michael Jackson was guilty and had lots of negative spin on the Jackson case, was fractured in her thought pattern because Michael Jackson was found not guilty. But before the not guilty verdict came in, she got a restraining order, and she put down Doug Jacobs, chief legal counsel for Court TV, as her legal representative. That became an issue today in Colleen Stern's court, where the attorney for Mr. Hickman said, "Excuse me, Your Honor, but you cannot dismiss this case." And that's what Colleen was trying to do. She was saying, like, well, the other side didn't show up, so I'm just taking this off calendar, and that's the end of it. Not so. Attorney Camacho of Santa Maria raised an issue and said, "Excuse me, but one of the motions we put in the package that you have before you is, basically take you off, recuse you, because we want a real judge. Commissioners can be challenged if one of the parties just says, I don't want a commissioner, I want a full judge judging the merits of my case." So then Colleen Stern pulled back and said, "Oh, well, wish you just told me that in the first place. I would have got you out of here." So the case goes on and will be seen on June 29th in Judge Staffel's court. And even though the slanted Mary Times got there too late to cover anything, and the Santa Barbara News Press missed it, and CNN and Court TV and all the big media missed it. On Second Thought was there in time. That's why I can tell you from firsthand what I heard. And we have that tape ready. Camacho standing with his client, B.J. Hickman, who was a very loud voice yelling innocent. We'll go to that interview with Mr. Camacho. Okay, William Wagener here for On Second Thought.
Hi.
Please, you're with what law firm?
I'm a solo practitioner,
Your name is?
Gerardo Camacho,
Gerardo Camacho, and you're from what city?
Santa Maria.
Santa Maria.
Born in LA, but living in Santa Maria.
Okay, and you're representing Mr. Hickman against Court TV and
I
Diane.
sure am, yes I am.
What just happened in Judge Colleen Stern's courtroom?
I filed an ex parte application regarding a couple of motions. One motion is an anti-SLAPP motion. It's a law meant to protect free speech in just this kind of situation. But what happened is Diane Dimond filed a restraining order restricting his speech.
Right.
When that comes up, sometimes it involves free speech issues, sometimes it doesn't. We're arguing that he was simply expressing his free speech here. There was a fence between them, there was police everywhere, other fans were doing it. It was a public forum, it was a matter of public interest. Open up a free speech book and you'll see all those words everywhere. So we honestly feel that she did it more to, I don't know why, a publicity stunt.
Your word in court was to chill his free speech.
Or to chill his free speech because she was bugged by it. But this is America. We're supposed to bug each other when there's a matter of public interest going on. If we don't bug each other, what is that, communism?
Does it seem ironic that a member of the press who would want to defend freedom of speech is trying to curtail Mr. Hickman's free
I have
speech?
been saying that for weeks. You're the first member of the press to actually respond and ask me that question. I'm the one who's been asking that question. Yes, it's absolutely ironic. The funniest thing is, other attorneys that I've talked to that represent the media, they're experts on anti-SLAPP law. They do this all the time. It's the first time I think that someone's done it to them and they don't know what to do about it.
So they didn't show up in court today?
No,
Diane Dimond and Mr. Jacobs did not show up?
They did not show up. So
But Judge Curran said you to serve Mr. Jacobs because he's still...
Commissioner Stern.
Commissioner Stern said you to serve Mr. Jacobs because he's still the attorney of record.
Yes, Diane Dimond wrote on her initial restraining order pleading that Doug Jacobs is her attorney. He's an attorney in New York. I don't think he's licensed to practice law in LA. I could be wrong. I don't really think he's her attorney at all. She just wrote it down. And the fact that no one showed up speaks volumes as to maybe she was just trying to chill his speech temporarily and now she maybe wishes she never had, but you can't do that. You can't do that.
So is Mr. Hickman likely to win attorney's fees and costs of having to stay here for extra weeks?
That is going to be our argument in court.
And who's going to have to pay that, Court TV or Diane Dimond?
Diane Dimond is the plaintiff in this case, so they'll have to work that out between them.
But there's some paperwork there that Mr. Jacobs signed, didn't he? Didn't he sign something?
No, he didn't sign a thing.
So it's possible
she hand wrote the whole thing. Probably sitting right here during the Jackson trial, hand wrote it and put him down and filed it.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. It's William Wagener for On Second Thought. You saw it here at the Santa Maria Courthouse. Thanks for watching. Well, there you had it. That was me this morning at the courthouse, the same courthouse with no mob around anymore. Things have quieted down, and I just wondered, where was Diane Dimond? Here is Mr. Hickman, who has to stay in Santa Maria when he wants to go back to Tennessee. He has to stay here. It's costing him money to keep on staying here. And Diane Dimond just thinks, well, I used the courts for my favor to get what I wanted. Now I just walk away and I don't have to respond to your motions. I think not. Well, shame on you, Diane Dimond. What do you think?
Shame on you, Diane Dimond.
Yeah, shame on Diane Dimond. Now, as I watch this trial go by, I noticed that Sheriff Anderson, after the verdict came in, was very recluse. Just couldn't seem to find him at all. And it was interesting. I asked, as you all know, Tom Snedden to come and make an appearance on today's show. He didn't show. I asked Jim Anderson to make an appearance. I got no call back. I would like to get their opinion about what went down during this trial, but they don't seem to be wanting to appear here.
I learned that some of them,
and I find that strange because Mr. Anderson at least promised that he would come back.
There's too many Jacksons. I can't keep them all straight.